All right. So anyway, but you've got a thing with Ethan Ralph. Is Ethan Ralph the nobody that you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, come on. What is it? 300 people watch him? Like he's on Rumble somewhere?
Yeah. Well, he's on Flash or Trashcast right now. Here's 1,900 people are watching Ethan Ralph suddenly. Hey, how you doing, Ralph?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Mr. Ben Skyler?
This is Gabe Hoffman. This guy's a critic of yours. I guess.
I know. You were talking about how great his movie is. Well, a couple of the subjects involved with the movie didn't think it was so great. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't seen it. No, I don't know anything. I'm here. I'm like in the dark. I don't really know what's going on between you guys. I have no idea.
Who's Evan Henze? What's the situation there?
Did you ever watch the film?
No, I don't bother with trash like that.
So then you don't know anything, and you're.
Well, I'm reading the Huffington Post article where you made up a fake rumor about him using drugs. You called his father and left a voicemail with a fake rumor about him using drugs. Another subject of the movie, his name is Chris Turcotte, called the documentary unfair and dishonest. It made about $300 at the box office.
I didn't do it for the box office.
The director didn't support it.
I didn't do it for the box office, Ethan.
So what about Evan
I know
Henze?
that. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
What about Evan Henze?
Ethan, I'm the only guy in the world
No.
who ever ended the career of a
Answer the
powerful
question.
pedophile.
Well, you didn't end Bryan Singer's career.
Yeah.
He's in Israel right now. He fled to Israel, and he is the total.
Yeah, you would know something about fleeing your home country, wouldn't you? So
no, I wouldn't actually. Where is Bryan Singer right now, Gabe?
Speak about Ralph.
Is he in Israel or is he not?
Talk about comics, Gabe.
What about Evan Henze? Why don't you want to answer the question about Evan Henze and your false accusation that he used drugs? And you called his father. He was a subject of your film, Gabe. Why can't you defend your film?
I'm not engaging with this guy.
Why can't you defend your film? You defend the satanic Soska sisters, but you won't answer any questions about your own movie?
Film to idiots who never saw it, okay?
Why would you not? This is in the Huffington Post. There's media articles about you making up lies about a subject of your film and threatening to sue him and ruin his life. Why won't you answer the fucking question?
There's literally one article. I have an 87% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't give a fuck about Rotten Tomatoes or anybody else in Hollywood.
Everybody who saw
what about Evan Henze? He was in your film. You threatened to sue him. You called his father on the phone and harassed him.
Hey, Ethan.
Did that happen?
You talking to me or him? We're both Ethans.
This is not what I
agree.
You
can call me Mr. Ralph, is what you can call me.
I didn't agree to.
Did you do that or not, Gabe?
Dealing with Ralph. So
did you do that or not, Gabe?
EVS, if you want to have a conversation about.
You won't answer the question.
All right, Ethan Ralph, thank you for coming in. I thought he should have his say. I saw your timeline, and your timeline on Twitter is nothing but harassing him about his personal life, talking about his fucking debts to his spouse and things like this. Is none of your business. Did he fuck kids? Like, what are you doing?
Well,
so your entire timeline is busting his balls about stuff that's okay. So if you can do that, then he should maybe get a chance to come in here and answer you. Okay, that's all.
So number one, he started shit with me first. Number two, you should act like a professional. And you should say, listen, I want to have this guy on. And, I would say, well, okay, and we would agree to it. You wouldn't act like a scumbag and just bring somebody on.
Well, who cares? Listen, this is a YouTube show called Trashcast, Gabe. Where do you think you are? You're sitting there talking about this guy nonstop on his Twitter. And you should be able to answer him. That's my opinion. You should be able to answer him about that stuff. And you came on my show and you said you wanted to talk about your movie, and really that doesn't seem to be your agenda. Your actual agenda had to be sussed out. Honestly, I'm somebody who I would like it if you would just say, you know what, Ethan, I want to talk to you about the Soska sisters. I want to talk to you about Eric July and Comicsgate. Say, I want to debate you about that stuff. You came at me like you wanted to talk about your film. And there was a whole other agenda there that I wouldn't have known. I would have brought you on here to talk about the film, and then you would have sandbagged me with whatever your real agenda is. So there you go. This is what this show is. It says serious drama farming, Friday night trash. Gabe, this is not CNN. This is not Fox News.
I get to answer you now?
Yes.
Okay. So look, number one, I approached you like a professional with respect, and I said, hey, and I even answered you in the email, and I said, number one, you introduce yourself, and you say, this is what I've done. Does this have crossover? Are you interested in it? Which is my film and all that. And then number two, I said, I want to talk. I've seen some of what you said, and I'm interested in talking about Comicsgate and Eric.
So let's talk about that now. Let's shift gears and talk about what you came here to talk about. I don't think what just happened to you was unfair at all. I think if you're sitting there, I mean, it's not as though you're talking about Ethan every 5 seconds. I mean, or every week or so. It's your entire mentions are his.
Okay, I didn't interrupt you, and now you're going to interrupt me. You're not even going to let me finish? I'll be
My
quiet.
show. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay? So I wrote you what number one was and what number two was. I said what might interest you, and I said this is what I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like I had to write you a freaking book and say, well, I'm friends with the Saska sisters, and I've probably got an opinion on this or that, because you know what? I'm not a comics guy. I don't.
Then why are you here on a Comicsgate show?
Because I've done some research. I know a few things. I've seen what you said, and I had a few questions for you that would help form that opinion. Maybe it would turn into a debate. Maybe it wouldn't. Depends on what your answers are.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
It isn't fair because you should just say that. But now that you're here and we had this problem, and it's over with now, I feel like I feel like Ralph got to say what he. Ralph isn't someone I interact with much at all. But it's like I feel like he got to say something to you that maybe he wanted to say. Let's move on from that and let's talk about what you want to say to me now. What are you here to say to me?